Think about someone you went to school with. Back then, they were completely ordinary. They didn't get the highest grades, they were not the most popular, and they didn't seem to have any special talent. But today, you see what they are doing with their life. They started a real business, they bought a home, they are taking care of a family, they are actively building a future. Then you look at your own situation. You know you're intelligent, you have always had big creative ideas. People have told you your whole life that you have amazing potential, yet you are still standing in the exact same spot you were years ago. To make yourself feel better, you tell yourself a quiet lie. You say, I'm just waiting for the perfect opportunity, or I'm just too unique to settle for a normal career. Most people look at the situation and call it a lack of discipline. They tell you to write down your goals, buy a planner, or find more motivation. But they are completely wrong. Your problem has absolutely nothing to do with discipline. What is actually holding you back is a hidden, deep seated fear. It is a part of your mind that is absolutely terrified of real world reality. The most alarming part, many men never naturally grow out of this phase. They carry this exact same mental pattern into their 30s, 40s, and 50s. On the outside, they look like adults. They have ID cards, apartment, and jobs. But on the inside, they are still children. They panic every single time life demands real, heavy responsibility. This is the hidden psychology of the man child, often called Peter Pan syndrome. If you want to change your path, you need to understand exactly how this mental trap operates. This script is the exact wake up call you need to finally snap out of it. In the classic story, Peter Pan lives in a magical place called Neverland. He stays a boy forever. In his world, adults are described as boring, miserable, and completely without imagination. Because of this, Peter views growing up as a prison sentence that kills freedom. Many men today see the real world the exact same way. They view bills, long term careers, and family commitments as things that destroy their personal freedom. But there is another old story that shows the real danger of this mindset, the story of Icarus. Icarus was given a pair of wings made of wax to escape from an island. His father warned him not to fly too high, but Icarus felt completely untouchable. He flew higher and higher, directly toward the sun, believing he could fly above the rules of nature. The heat melted the wax. His wings fell apart and he dropped straight into the sea. This is the tragic reality of the man child. The problem often starts with a surprising origin story, being a gifted child. When you are young, you might have been the smartest kid in the room. You pick up the skills easily without trying. Teachers and parents praise you constantly. They told you that you had a highly bright future. But these early compliments created a mental trap. You started to build your entire self-worth around your potential instead of your actual hard work. The tragedy happens when you enter the real world. The real world does not reward potential. It only rewards real results and persistence. When you finally try something new as an adult, you face immediate failure, mistakes, and tough competition. For someone who grew up believing they were effortlessly special, this reality is terrifying. It hurts your ego. To protect yourself from feeling ordinary, your mind creates a shield, chronic procrastination. You tell yourself, I haven't succeeded yet only because I haven't really tried. You choose to stay suspended in the air. You confuse your potential with real achievement. You use procrastination as an excuse so you never have to find out how good you actually are. The famous psychologist Carl Jung used a Latin term to describe this state of mind, puer aeternus, which translates to the eternal boy. Being stuck in this state does not mean you are stupid or lazy. In fact, you probably have great ideas and sharp instincts. Your main trait is a massive desire for total freedom. But your definition of freedom is broken. To you, freedom means never committing to anything permanently, never being truly responsible for anyone else, keeping every single door open forever. You want to stand in a hallway of open doors, but you never actually walk through any of them. Young call this the provisional life, which means living a temporary life. When you live a temporary life, you treat your current reality like a practice run. You work a basic job, but you tell yourself it is just a temporary gig until the world discovers your true genius. You live in a messy room, but you refuse to clean it because it is not your real home yet. You date someone, but you keep one foot out the door because you assume they are not your perfect soulmate. Because you view everything as temporary, you never give 100% of your effort to anything. You become a spectator watching your own life from the bleachers. Your mind watch other people enter the real world. You see them work, fail, build business, and get married. Your ego secretly looks down on them. You tell yourself they are just trapped in the boring rat race while you are waiting for a special path. As an analytical truth, you are simply sitting in the stands because you are afraid. When you never commit to a specific career, you can pretend you could be anything. When you never give full effort, you never have to feel the pain of true failure. You keep your dreams perfect inside your head because an untested dream can never fail. To keep this illusion alive, the Eternal Boy uses three dangerous mental traps. Trap 1. Escaping reality. Whenever you feel stress or the fear of failure, you immediately run away. You play video games all night, scroll through short videos for hours, or chase cheap entertainment online. This is not relaxing. It is a drug used to numb your brain so you can ignore your real life. Trap 2. Fear of commitment. The moment a project or relationship requires real responsibility, you panic. You suddenly focus on tiny flaws in the other person or make up excuses to pull away. Often, you find partners who do everything for you. You dump your emotional and domestic chores onto them while you remain the protected child. Trap 3. Playing the victim. You view every pressure as proof that the world is out to get you. Just like Peter Pan looks at Captain Hook as pure evil, you look at your boss, societal expectation, and time as unfair enemies. The economy can be tough, but using it as an excuse to do nothing means you are giving up total control of your life. This paralysis often comes from childhood. It is frequently caused by overprotective parents who did everything for you, preventing you from learning basic survival skills. Or it comes from a dominant parent who made every choices for you, destroying your ability to make decisions for yourself. Recognizing this trap is not a reason to feel guilty or sad. Guilt does not help you grow up. Only deliberate action does. To break out the childhood's cocoon, you must take four practical steps. Step 1. Change how you see adulthood. You must stop viewing adulthood and responsibility as a prison that kills your creativity. In reality, responsibility is the structure that protects your dreams. A brilliant writer who lacks the discipline to sit at a desk day after day leaves behind nothing but blank pages. Adulthood does not kill the creative child. It gives the child the tools to make ideas real. Step 2. Accept the boring stuff. The eternal child looks down on a daily routines and chores because they seem too small for his grand self-image. To break this cycle, you must treat ordinary tasks with absolute seriousness. Clean your room, wash your dishes in complete silence without using your phone to distract you. Pay your bills on time. Take a basic job and do it with excellence. This pulls your mind out of the clouds and forces you to connect with reality. Step 3. Practice facing failure. Because your fear is rooted in the idea that you might not be special, you must deliberately expose yourself to failure. Pick one important task you have been avoiding, finish your resume, and send it to 5 companies. Sign up for a difficult skill course and accept that you will be bad at it in the beginning. Ask someone you respect for honest, blunt feedback on your work. You will quickly learn that rejection does not kill you. A man's character is built when he falls in reality and pulls himself back up. Step 4. Find people to keep you on track. The eternal child is a master at making excuses. He can easily convince himself to delay hard work for just a few more hours. Early on, your own willpower will fail. Do not rely on it. You must find an external structure. Find a mentor, a strict boss, or a group of driven friends. You need people who are honest enough to call out your excuses and demand that you finish what you started. There is no magical moment waiting to save you. No one is going to walk into your room and fix your life while you sit staring at a screen. Remember the powerful warning from Carl Jung. The greatest burden a child must bear is the unlived life of its parents. If you continue to live a temporary life today, you are not just wasting time. That growing feels of helplessness and regret will slowly ruin your relationship, your friendship, and eventually the lives of your future children. It is time to step out of the safe stance, leave the imaginary world behind, and face reality. Start small, but start today.